So I don't even know if this is gonna work because I can't plug in the microphone. I don't know if it's connected to my car or what, but I have to share this because God had told me that He wanted me to share what's been going on and share everything that He's doing, because whatever is going to happen is literally going to be all Him, and no way for anybody to be able to doubt that it's anybody but the Lord God Almighty. I have a few days left before I have to leave, and the place that I'm trying to rent has gotten all my documentation for my emotional support animal and my other stuff, but the date, I have food in my braces, the date that I have on the ESA paperwork is from 2025, so the rental company does not understand that my rating is permanent and total, meaning that the VA, the federal government, doesn't see any chance of my condition or diagnosis changing or getting any better. So I don't know how they don't understand that, but whatever, I'm getting off the topic. I was like, okay, I called the VA this morning, because if I don't produce another letter that has a current date on it, woo, Jesus, give me the strength to speak, because I'm just overwhelmed and amazed right now by what you just did. I called the VA this morning and I spoke to the nurse's line. I asked what I'm supposed to do, because I haven't been seeing anybody there. Nobody. Like, I haven't been to the VA in months. And nobody called me back, and I'm like looking at the date, it's the 13th. I have to turn the keys in like on the 15th. So I'm just like, if I don't produce the letter, I have to pay $400 pet deposit for her, and I'm already trying to figure out how I'm going to pay the extra security deposit for myself on top of the rent that's going to be higher than what I have been paying where I'm currently at. So I don't know what happened. This is just amazing. It's literally an act of God. Like, I couldn't have planned this better myself, which is weird. I was so hungry. I drove to one end of the city to go get food and coffee, and then I'm like typing in the VA's address in my phone. Jesus. I'm typing it in, and I look at the time stamp saying when I'm going to get there. It's like 16:49 or something that it was going to be that I arrived. I'm like, oh Lord, I don't know. I think they close at 1600, maybe at the latest 1630, but there's probably not going to be any doctors there that can actually write the letter or even just change the date on the letter that I have. I chanced it. So I went from Kentucky, crossed the bridge, went to Cincinnati, literally walked in the VA like I was just taking my sweet time. I don't even know what I was doing. I was like in La La Land. And I walk in and I asked the guy, is everything closed? And he said, no, it looks like there's some movement back there still. So I walk up to the elevator. I go up to the 7th floor, and it's already pitch black. Like, all the lights are off, all the office doors are shut. But I didn't decide to walk away. I gotta stop saying something. The Holy Ghost gave me the nudging to walk down a hallway and see if anybody was in any of the offices. So then I turn around, I walk back, because all the doors are shut. And as I walk back, this door opens, a guy comes out, and I ask him, like, what can I do? When I get nervous, I stutter, like I'm doing it right now. It's okay, Moses had a speech impediment too. I just was trying to ask him, like, in a hurry, because I could see he wanted to leave, and because it took me so long to get out what I needed to say, a gal walks up and she's like, says something to him, like, hey, did you want to walk out together? And I was like, hi. And as I was asking him her name, I was like, do you know who Dr. So-and-so is? She goes, yeah, that's me. I'm like, you've got to be kidding me. She goes, I remember you. I haven't seen you in a while. Whew, I'm like, that's gotta be God, because I literally have, like, the time clock running out on me right now, and I have so much to do, and the VA is like 30 minutes or so, maybe more, to get there alone from my house. So she asked me if I had the letter with me that the former doctor wrote for me, and at first I said no, I have it on my phone, but I remembered I had it in my bag, in my purse. Whew, she went and made a copy of it, and she said, if you don't mind the privacy, the HIPAA, I will take it to the office that I'm going to be at tomorrow, and I will have it ready for you tomorrow. Jesus. My God. So many miracles happened in that instance, because it didn't have to go that way. Like, I could have got there and nobody would be there. Could have got there and saw her and she wouldn't want to give me the time of day, or she could have been fine with seeing me but still not willing to do the letters. So wow, I'm blown away. I'm blown away. So to God be all the glory. It's not on our time. His timing, His ways are higher than ours. The things that He's doing, the plans that He has, our human minds cannot fathom, grasp, or understand, because we are not Him. We are not holy. We were born into this fleshly body of ours, and He literally created it from blowing His breath of life into dust, and we became. And I keep trying to understand what He's doing, and I keep trying to understand His plans, and I keep hearing, just put one foot in front of the other. And then as I'm texting back and forth with my best friend this morning, she's like, you got this, girl. Just one foot in front of the other. I'm like, when I'm not paying attention to the fact that the Lord is speaking, because He's always speaking, He sends somebody else to say exactly what He's trying to say to me. My God, He is amazing. People don't believe in God. Man. You know, the funny thing is that when I became a Christian, I thought, what do I have to lose? Like, if there really is a heaven and a hell, if there really is a God and a devil, I kind of want to see what this God guy is all about, because what would it hurt to just give him a chance and see. Like, if he's not real, then okay, like, I'll figure that out. But if he is, then my life can change forever. And ooh, Jesus, if it's not changing it constantly, I'm at a loss for words right now. But he is just so amazing. And I think I missed my exit. Who cares, whatever. But I also found out something this morning, because I had a little incident with my internet. I don't know, I'll share that at a later time, but I had the police come by my house this morning, and I told them what was going on with my stuff, and told him that I had to be out. And he stood there inside of my house and talked to me for quite some time. And he asked me if I had the letter, and I said yeah, and I showed it to him. I showed him the one on my phone that was left on the door. I told him that I talked to legal aid. They said it's legally binding, but they also came back and talked to me and said that it does seem like it's retaliatory. So, or retaliatory, however you say the word, excuse me. But they haven't called back, and time's running out. So, the officer looks over my phone letter, and then the letter that I had in person, or the hard copy, sorry, I can't even speak right now, Jesus. And he said, it did mention that I was from California earlier in the conversation. So he goes, you did mention that you're from California, right? I said, yes. I did look up Kentucky laws though, and it, what are you saying? And he's like, ma'am, this is not, this, he cannot have you, he cannot force you out by the 31st. He cannot force you out by the 15th. He would literally have at the most until August, and he would have to take you to court and have you evicted. He can't change the locks. He can't hold your deposit. Blah, 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 blah. I mean, like, I literally recorded the conversation in my pocket because I wanted to make sure that I wasn't, like, just hearing him incorrectly, because when he said that, I just started crying. I'm like, you have no idea what I've been doing the last week and a half. Like, I have been running around like crazy, like trying to get everything sold and packed and by myself. And I'm just like, I'm sick and tired of people taking advantage of the fact that I am, or I was, or have been naive, gullible, almost like timid or afraid to stand up for myself at times. And in this instance, in this case, that I would probably be too stupid to know that I should look up what the laws are in this state. I don't know what I'm gonna do with that. I'm not gonna stay because the Lord told me the other night in prayer that I need to go on the 15th. I have outgrown this place, and that means that He's got something way better for me. So why stick around and sit there and just be miserable? Like, I don't want to stay at a place that I'm not wanted or welcomed anyways, and I definitely don't want to sit there and worry about him changing the locks, because that's one of the things the officer said as well, was that sure, he can change the locks, but by law you can kick the door down, and if he tries to sue you, he's not going to have he doesn't have any grounds. You would be in the right for kicking the door in. I'm like, what? Wow. So if anybody lives in California and they don't like the laws and how everything goes out there, you need to move to Kentucky, because this is America. California is like communism. I don't even know if I could say that, but whatever. Jesus is the way, the truth, the life. Just, oh my God. I give him all the glory, honor, and praise, and I am gonna be quiet now. All right. I love you with the love of the Lord. May the Lord bless you, keep you, make his face to shine upon you. Shalom, shalom.